usage of clean cooking energy by 2034.
The Commission of Inquiry into the October 29, 2025 Tanzania election violence is set to submit its final report to President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan on Thursday this week. Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the chairman of the commission, Judge Othman Chande, said they have received opinions and evidences from 63,603 people from 21 districts from 11 regions, outlining that the information was sent through public sessions, privately and in written form.
Ya kwanza tunapenda kuwapa taarifa kwamba tume karibuni itafikia tamati ya kazi zake.
First, I would like to inform you that the Commission is in the final stages of its work and will officially submit its report to the President on Thursday, the 23rd. As a Commission, we were able to listen directly and under oath to 1,323 witnesses, whom we heard in person, all of them under oath.
Furthermore, retired Chief Justice Mohammed Chande Othman says that the Commission has utilized experts from various fields to ensure there is truth and accuracy in the evidence gathered.
These commissions are allowed to seek expert advice, but the expert must be a recognized specialist who provides independent opinions. There is also another expert in pathology who conducts examinations, as well as experts from universities such as professors and doctors. In addition, there is an explosives expert because firearms were used.
The Commission has emphasized that ensuring the safety of informants and witnesses is the #1 priority when collecting evidence, aiming to maintain the integrity of its investigation and produce productive recommendations to the nation. Global lead on both maritime transport and ports from Transport Unit, Infrastructure and Practice of the World Bank, Dr. Jan Hoffman says African countries can overcome the current significant maritime and economic and security challenges due to the US and Iran conflict by embarking on digital solutions and improving their ports' strategic resilience. He made the remarks as Tanzania hosts over 13 countries in a regional seminar on the IMO compendium and implementation of maritime single-window systems aimed at enhancing port efficiency.
Thinking about what was going to happen in the Strait of Hormuz with very volatile demand, very volatile supply of shipping, freight rates going through the roof in different markets. And all this can be mitigated somehow with better digital solutions in the ports. You know? So what I presented with charts and ups and downs, it illustrates that the port and maritime authorities in African countries, they are at the same time victims of this volatility of the supply chain crisis, but they're also actors that can do something. They can improve the resilience of their own ports. So we have found that, for example, maritime single window, a port community system, it really helps. It helps the country to be less affected by these external effects. It helps the country to have lower fluctuations of your own prices, of your inflation, your fuel prices, your consumer good prices. So the better and more modern the ports are, the better it is ultimately for the whole population.
He further insists on political will among African countries as a way for the proposed maritime strategic systems to work, outlining that the expected outcome will be of better quality and will improve African ports' efficiency.
Especially by my colleagues from the International Maritime Organization, from the World Bank, you do need the political will, because it does imply investment, it does imply reforms. It may imply that some people who up to now have handled separate systems and may have handled paper documents, they may lose their job. Let's call it what it is, yeah? But ultimately, there will be many more jobs created with the improved performance, faster turnaround, more reliable. So yeah, of course, nobody would like to lose their job, but the new jobs are better quality, and the new jobs are there behind the port, in the port, the whole import-export, the whole logistics. So I think that's a key.
The regional conference, which is expected to end on 24th April in Dar es Salaam, was officiated by Tanzania's Minister of Transport, Professor Makame Mbarawa, who emphasized that digital integration is essential for modernizing port infrastructure and aligning with Tanzania's development vision, the DIRA 2050. The Agriculture Organization has launched a voluntary national guideline aimed at increasing women's participation in national agenda so as to strengthen the agriculture sector and food security. Speaking during the launch, the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, responsible for crop development and food security, Peter Lawrence, said the initiative has come at the right time, especially as the government continues to implement various agendas to develop the agriculture sector.
Evidence shows that when women have equal access to productive resources and decision-making power, farm yield can increase by up to 30%, significantly improving livelihood and reducing hunger. Dear distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, the government of the United Republic of Tanzania remains firmly committed to addressing these challenges through robust legal, policy, and institutional frameworks. These include the Constitution of the United Republic of Tanzania that recognize the right of both men and women, the National Gender and Women Development Policy of 2023, Tanzania Development Vision 2050, and the fourth-year National Development Plan. We're also in the final stages of approving the gender mainstreaming guideline for women in agriculture, which hopefully will be out this year, the year of the year of the woman farmer.
On the other hand, the FAO country representative says the guideline aligns with national policies and aims to advise policymakers to ensure that budgets take gender equality into account.
These guidelines go beyond identifying problems. They provide actionable recommendations to address structural inequalities, promote equal access to resources and opportunities, strengthen women's voice and leadership, and transform discriminatory social norms and institutions.
Part of our work we've done back at home, we realized that when we carried some economic empowerment projects, we found that the gender-based violence went down. So some of the positive attributes of empowering women are also that, because there is that reduction of violence at home. There is also recognition of the role of the women. There is also the nutritional aspect of it, because you're not just looking at food. When you're talking about food, you're also talking about the identity of the people, you talk about the origin, you talk about the connectivity with.
The guideline has been launched for countries in Eastern and Southern Africa, with a total of 7 countries participating in the forum, which aims to empower women to actively engage in strengthening agriculture and food security. The Executive Secretary of the Central Corridor, Flory Okanjo, says in 2025, the Port of Dar es Salaam has experienced a significant increase in cargo handling, with the average turnaround time for container vessels being significantly reduced. Here's a story by Ismail Bugudha, read to you by Teddy Mparanyanga.
He made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during the Central Corridor Stakeholders Consultative Meeting, outlining that the port improvements and private sector investment have boosted efficiency and has increased traders' confidence in using the port of Dar es Salaam.
I'm saying this because it has been observed the increase of cargo throughput in Dar es Salaam port. Last year we were about 24 million metric tons, but this year we are already at 31 million metric tons. So there is an increase of 7 million metric tons.
During discussions regarding port logistics and capacity enhancement, stakeholders have urged port authorities to create a system that allows neighboring countries to have their own dedicated inland container depots, ICDs, to streamline the movement of cargo for landlocked nations.
In line with what I was saying, if it is practical, maybe it might be a challenge. Instead of country having their cargo in different ICDs, would it be possible, say that cargo for Rwanda, they are found in these ICDs. Cargo to Burundi are found in these cities instead of going all directions. I would invite TPA to be part of the team that is lobbying the Tanzanian government to harmonize on the excellent control so that the importers, the exporters and transporters maximize the use of the corridor.
Because the client says, I gave you documents on time, so why are you asking me container damage? And you find yourself in a situation where you don't have to defend yourself on those unnecessary charges. So TPA, kindly help us on that issue.
The Tanzania Ports Authority TPA and Tanzania East Africa Gateway Terminal Limited, which operates berths 8 to 11, are heavily involved in ongoing modernization projects at the Port of Dar es Salaam, focusing on enhancing capacity to handle larger vessels and increasing throughput.
If someone was told that there is a traffic jam from Dar es Salaam to Morogoro, so one among the solutions is the use of SDR and MDR cargo from Dapot, and specifically for transit cargo, containerized cargo transit.
So you could see before 2024, waiting time was almost sometimes goes up to 20 days. But currently we are reporting less than 5 days. Why? It's because of a lot of improvements which have been done on the processes.
The two-day meeting concluded today, where participants agreed that as the corridor continues to grow, challenges are also increasing. They emphasized the need to address all emerging transport and logistics bottlenecks in order to sustain and expand trade across the region.
And on to the next story. The Indian ambassador to the country, Bishwadip Dey, says both medical equipment and medicine worth over 1 billion Tanzanian shillings have been handed over to the Hindu Mandal Hospital in Dar es Salaam, which will help to provide high-quality treatment and hence improve the country's health sector. Speaking at the handover ceremony of the medical equipment held in Dar es Salaam, the ambassador said that the Indian government has provided the equipment as part of strengthening the historical ties between India and Tanzania.
Acknowledgement that you are serving and we are there to stand by you in that service. One of the reasons we invited many of you from diaspora, Indian community and others is exactly what Dr. Ramaiah said, that we need all of us to support a good cause. It cannot be only one or only few. And I'm happy that that is working. That gives us much more satisfaction.
The initiative aims to enhance the diagnostic and treatment capabilities of the hospital, enabling it to provide high-quality care to patients and contribute to overall community health, aligning with national development goals. The Foundation for Civil Society, through its development arm and UNICEF Tanzania, has partnered to implement a project that is focused on strengthening the capacity of youth as well as women-led civil society organizations aimed at economically and socially empowering adolescents and young people, specifically in Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar and Songwe. Speaking to journalists in Unguja, the registrar of the civil society organizations in Zanzibar, Ahmed Abdallah, UNICEF Tanzania representative Jaya Burathok, and the acting director of the foundation, Gabriel Bundala, said that the project aims to equip young people with the skills and resources that are needed for active participation in the economy, specifically targeting adolescents and youth-led organizations.
Utachukua muda gani? Tunatarajia mradi uchukue miezi 6.
We expect this project to take 6 months because it is a training project. After that, they will receive grants of 25 million, but not everyone will be awarded. Those who receive the grants will be the ones who meet the required criteria. And 15 organizations are expected to receive the 25 million for further implementation. After that, we expect to see positive changes following the training. The project is being implemented in 3 regions: Zanzibar, Songwe, and Dar es Salaam.
We believe that locally owned sustainable solutions is the only way to go moving forward. We know that the grassroots level CSOs are the ones who are closest to the communities we serve. They are the ones who have the deep contextual knowledge. They are the ones who have the trust and the relationships with the communities they serve. So we believe that they have a great role in terms of ensuring that we have these locally driven solutions that are sustainable in order to meet the needs and serve the children and the adolescents who face a lot of deprivations. So we are, again, happy to state that we are very proud of this partnership and looking forward to working closely with the CSOs and go through this process of ensuring that we work with them and meet their needs based on the assessment and have stronger results for children and adolescents.
Jukumu letu kama serikali ni kuhakikisha kwamba utekelezaji wa mradi huu unafanikiwa vizuri, hasa kwa asasi zetu za Zanzibar ambazo zimepata fursa.
Our role as the government is to ensure the successful implementation of this project, especially for our organizations here in Zanzibar. It is our expectation that youth, children, and women will have the opportunity to benefit from this project.
And in our today's episode of We Are Tanzania, my colleague Antonio Kivaria explores the formation of the United Republic of Tanzania on April 26, 1964, which was a landmark event that merged 2 independent nations, which were Tanganyika and Zanzibar, into a single sovereign state. This voluntary union was driven by a shared vision for African unity, regional stability, and the need for a unified voice in international affairs.
Tanzania wangu ni muungano wetu na tofauti zetu zisibadilike tu.
Under the leadership of the prominent figures, the late Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, and the first president of Tanganyika and later the first president of the United Republic of Tanzania, together with the late Abeid Amani Karume, the first president of Zanzibar and the first vice president of the United Republic of Tanzania. The country was able to consolidate its strength and build strong position in international diplomacy. This unity made Tanzania be recognized as the model of stability, solidarity, and visionary leadership in Africa. During Africa's liberation struggle, Tanzania earned a great respect by being the forefront of supporting countries that were still under colonial rule. Through its united stance, Tanzania provided political, diplomatic, and humanitarian support to liberation movements in Southern Africa, making it internationally respected as the voice for the oppressed. Furthermore, the union has enabled Tanzania to gain a greater strength in international diplomacy. This unity has opened doors for cooperation with various nations, participation in international organization, and opportunity to advocate for peace, justice, and equality worldwide. As a result, Tanzania has been heard and respected in major international decisions. On the economic front, the collective strength of the union has increased the country's capability and capacity to attract investment, expand markets, and strengthen trade partnership with other nations. This has contributed to the economic growth and created more opportunities for the citizens across the sectors. Overall, the union of Tanganyika and Zanzibar has enabled Tanzania to stand as a nation with strong voice on the global stage. It's a unity that has not only strengthened politics and economic, but also elevated the country's reputation internationally. This union continues to be the source of Tanzania's strength globally and a clear demonstration that unity is a powerful tool for the success of the nation. Antonia Kivaria, TBC News.
Utanzania wangu ni muungano wetu na tofauti zetu zisibadilike tu.
And before we conclude the local news for tonight, let's take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. And in sports news, Tanzania Sports Council 2025 Sports Awards Committee Chairperson Professor Mtambo says 2025 Sports Awards will be more appealing compared to the previous awards due to the improvement which have already been made. Professor Mtambo added that 2025 Sports Award will be a catalyst to the sportsmen and sportswomen to compete with each other and raise the standard of the games in Tanzania.
Kamati ya usimamizi wa tuzo inapenda kutoa wito kwa wadau mbalimbali.
The committee awards invite all sports stakeholders involving companies, government institutions, and the privates, and all other interested in sports to join us on May 9th this year to support BMT for awards remarkable event to give our sports heroes power for betterment of our Tanzania.
Na kufanya vizuri zaidi wanamichezo wetu, kwani mafanikio hayo ni ya Tanzania kwa ujumla wetu.
And before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello dear viewers, and thank you for joining us for the weather forecast. And by starting for tonight, we expect northeastern Highland together with the entire coastal areas are expected to feature with partly cloud condition, thunder showers over a few areas. And for the rest part of the country are mainly expected to feature with partly cloud conditions. And for the case of winds, we're expecting to have the light winds of 20 kilometers per hour over Lake Lukwa with a moderate wind of 30 kilometers per hour for the remaining water bodies. And for the case of precipitation, we're expecting the western part of the country, Lake Victoria Basin, together with the entire coastal areas, to feature with partly cloud condition. Thunder showers over a few areas, together with sun periods. Southwestern Highland, southern region. The central part of the country, together with northeastern Highland, are expected to feature with partly cloud condition, rain showers over a few areas, together with sun periods. And now let us see the next day's weather forecast from different cities and regions. There is some rain showers together with light rain showers are expected. Dodoma, sun periods is expected. Mbeya, light rain together with sun periods are expected. Mwanza, thunder showers is expected. Kilimanjaro, thunder showers together with light rain are expected. Morogoro, rain showers together with light rain are expected. And also for Arusha, thunder showers together with light rain are expected. I'm Rebecca Luhitana from Tazama Meteorological Authority, Thank you.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Do not miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Caroline Mileo, wishing you a wonderful night.
Angalia TBC1, ukweli na uhakika.